Well, it is way, I wouldn't say it's way past my bedtime, but I mean, normally I'm either playing Call of Duty and getting ready for bed, or just flat crawling into bed and relaxing. Instead, here I am, almost 11:30 at night, and I'm out. That can only mean one of two things. One, I'm hungry, or two, there's some sort of racing, or there might be some testing. One of the two things. That'd be the only two reasons why I would be out on a weeknight when I have to get up and go to work in the morning. Hey, I know that guy. He sponsored my race coming up in June. Did I beat him here? Oh, no, I didn't. I was about to say, like, I did think that I bet I beat him here, but so we're out here testing tonight. I'm actually going to try to get this GoPro to actually work and do 360 mode, which will be sweet. Well, it's time to make our first test hit. He's getting in the car right now. This is from the previous test session that we did. I mean, they weren't very little hits. I mean, there were very little hits, but Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
This road would be gangster on a cash, like after a few fucking.
Yep. Oh yeah, I mean that's.
I should honestly let it go one full on this.
You should have no issues doing that at all.
I mean, it'll probably be like yes.
Right.
One of the biggest things I wanted to see is, remember how, I don't know if I told you or not, when I went to 304 to race that last time, everything was fucking rattled loose, like it was last second, like the shock. So I hooked the shock sensor back up while I put a new end on it. Well, on the data, I guess the end is a different length than the other end. So now on the data, I'm used to seeing the back shock do this much and then do what it looks completely opposite. So I'm like, is there something fucked up? Is like my car fucked up? Or could that end be a different length? Or, and that little shit runs through your head, you know what I mean? When you're
right.
At nighttime, so that's ADHD shit.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons I wanted to see it now too. Because I tried this bar angle a year and a half or so ago, and I have comparable data, and it looked good then. But I want to see if it makes a bigger difference now than it did then / the last time I just had it out. Because like I said, that end makes it look.
Yep. I think your draggy's doing draggy things.
This is 157. The 330 went a 434, where the previous ones were like way off. Yeah, my draggy's being fucking hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, because it's still not that good of a road.
Yep.
I haven't changed the fucking boost ramp.
Right.
But I really just want to make sure if I can get it to where it starts to separate at like 155, 160 instead of 14, I'll feel more confident about that being the true, even if it is a 154 64, which I'll be fucking baffled if it dead sticks it and it goes that.
Yeah.
But at least I'll know it's true, I guess.
It's true.
This
Yeah.
road, or this temperature, DA, wherever the fuck I'm.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, so status report. We are getting ready to make our third or fourth hit. This time we've added some more power down low to see what we can do, and tightened it up and did some other things. So that was adding 100 RPM and a degree and a half of timing, and we were trying to get it to spin, and it still is not spinning. And it launched like a rocket that time.
I think I'm getting really low in CO2.
And it still didn't try to spin.
No, dude, it felt like that was the fastest one. It felt like it
I think that was 100%.
It was not trying to spin out there at all.
No.
156. Somehow. But it didn't feel like that at all. It felt fucking amazing.
It felt faster than that. I mean, it looked faster than that.
Which is just unrealistic. 156 at 3,700.
Right.
I went a 156 at 3,500 at 13.7 degrees cooled. So it's something to do with the drag, which sucks, but the car's taking it, so I'm happy.
Right. I wasn't kidding when it was beating water. Well, spending my Friday night picking up my friend and the family from Florida here at the Akron Canton Airport right now. Gonna go pick them up. They just flew in, and go back home and probably go to bed. So I can do car stuff tomorrow, even though it's miserably cold. Alright, so it is Saturday. I've been out running pretty much all morning and into this afternoon. It's actually like 2:30 now.
At the next light, turn right.
I went to, I actually went to a little cruising this morning that I actually didn't film a single thing for. One, because it's 47 degrees out.
At the light, turn right onto Lake Avenue Northwest. Then turn left onto First Street Northeast.
I need to get rid of that because I know where I'm going now. Anyway, so I didn't film anything for that, which I should have, and I didn't. Because it was at like a little diecast store that just opened like right around the corner from me. And they have like diecast cars and like really expensive Hot Wheels and stuff. Completely forgot to film any of that. But I've actually been out. My first stop was Vickers Performance Transmissions, who is sponsoring the Lake Effect Showdown. Got the deal done with that, so that way. And then my next stop there was just Full Throttle Detailing, who is my True Street sponsor. Little Gangster sponsor is Vickers Performance Transmissions. True Street sponsor is Full Throttle Detailing. And I've already got Mike Brown Customs already covered for the Baby Gangsters class that we're doing. So, but today is not definitely spring or summer like we've had. And it's been miserable, cold. It's, like I said, it's 47 degrees right now, and it's been sprinkling rain all day. But we do have SUPERFLY this afternoon. I'm planning on going as far as long as the weather holds out. I actually still have the R8, and I was planning on taking it. So, but I'm actually heading to go get some food now because I have not ate yet today, and it is now 2:40. So I'm gonna go grab me some food at my favorite place, eat, and then as long as no issues, no bad weather, I'll ride SUPERFLY.
All right, testing, testing. It's the sound of our people. So, guys, thank you guys so much for coming out. We can't turn that off. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
All right, everybody. So, welcome back to the channel. And hopefully you enjoyed all that stuff. Obviously, there was some racing stuff in there. And, you know, everybody was asking on Tuesday to, like, see the testing and stuff like that, which I couldn't go live, obviously. I could through the GoPro, but I couldn't monitor anything, and it would just be an absolute pain in the ass while I'm trying to focus on doing stuff with the car and stuff like that. So, but we had a real good test session that night. He was really originally going to test for the D-Team event, which was supposed to happen on Saturday for the backside, which the whole event ended up getting rained out. So, but we kind of have an idea now of this bar angle change that we did, and leaving on some more RPM and a little bit more timing and stuff like that, trying to get the car to see if it would actually spin, which it didn't. We were actually going to go test tonight, but there's really no point because there is no races coming up that's comparable to like what that setup would be good at. So I said, listen, I was like, save your fuel, save your tires. When we find another race, we'll go do it. Like, and on top of it, it's 40 degrees here. We're still in winter, apparently. Winter has came back. But even though it's going to be 70 tomorrow. Bipolar ass Ohio weather. Speaking of bipolar ass Ohio weather, we had SUPERFLY on Saturday, which I ended up going, as you've seen. Had a good time. Wish the weather, like I said, I wish the weather would have been a little bit better and have been warmer. I think there would have been a definitely a bigger turnout. Obviously, there was a pretty decent turnout for what it was, and it's sprinkling and drizzling most of the day. But I think if it had been, you know, 70, 75 degrees and warm, like, the place would have been packed with cars and people, and it was cold. Like, by the time I was done, I was dang near frostbitten because, unfortunately, where I was parked, I couldn't actually leave. Well, I could have left, but I didn't want to be that guy and be there for like 2 hours and be like, all right, I'm out. So I didn't want to be that guy. But, so I stuck around the whole time, hung out. Most of my friends all left. I hung out with Brandon, who's the DJ there playing all the stuff at the show. I haven't seen in a long time. He's one of the OG car guys from back in the day. We used to hang out and stuff like that. He had an SRT4. Like, yeah. So it was cool to hang out with him and watch him do his thing on the DJ setup there. But, you know, it was a good show otherwise. I appreciate John Dunlap for allowing me to come down and hang out. And obviously nice to bring the R8 down there. You know, obviously that thing got a ton of attention. Tons of pictures are circulating around of it. And, you know, Dom's pretty happy. He likes seeing the pictures of his car like that. So at least he got something out of it, you know, some cool pictures of his car. But, yeah, I didn't do a single freaking thing today other than stay in bed most of the day and just kind of relaxed. And just kind of prepared for the work week that's coming up here. I ain't running the shop this week now since obviously everybody's back, so be a little bit less of stuff on my plate than what there normally is. But yeah, I don't really know. There's a week. Okay, actually, yes. What's coming up next weekend? There's actually a lot, which is crazy. No racing, which is the weirdest part about it. Where I have a full day of stuff that I want to do, but it involves no racing. So we're starting out Saturday morning. Cars and coffee. down in Zor Village, Zor, Ohio. They're doing a German themed cars and coffee. So obviously, it's nice that, I own 2 German vehicles. So I'm planning on taking the SQ7 down for that. Right after that, the shop that did all my work, Revolution Performance, which you should go follow on YouTube, right there. They're doing their very first kind of open house for 2026. So I'm going to go there, hang out, look at some cars, hang out with the boys, and have some fun. Directly after that, you saw Full Throttle Detailing, which when I was going to go test, you saw me mention their business. Well, they're having their little open house for 2026 along with it. So he's going to have some cool vehicles there. He's going to have a bunch of boats there. He does a lot of boat PPF, ceramic coatings and stuff like that. So I guess some guys are supposed to be bringing some twin engine big block boats way above my tax bracket. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I actually wanted to go to the one last year, and I can't remember why. I think I was at a race that I didn't get a chance to go to hang out and do that. So it's the least I can do. Obviously, he sponsored the True Street class for the Lake Effect Showdown. It's the most I can do to go help him and, obviously support him and stuff. Then, as long as of right now, they're calling for a chance of rain Saturday night. If that does not happen, I'm going back to Revolution Performance's shop that night. And they actually called me on Friday and said, hey, can we organize a Mexico meet that night? I was like, sure, I can do that. No big deal. I'm like, well, what do you want in return? Yada, yada. And I was like, we'll figure it out. It's like either we can get some performance parts going for the SQ, or if I finally have the balls to finally get rid of it, then we can figure something out. Whatever. I don't care. I just want to help. So I think we might be doing some Mexico stuff on Saturday night at the shop down there. Luckily, there's a couple of real nice roads. Actually, a couple of nice dig spots. We're nearby that too. So hopefully that's going to go on. So that is the entire day of Saturday. My Saturday is consisting of car events. There ain't really a whole lot of racing going on, for the month of May until you get to Warren Woods, which is the end of the month. And that's usually always the case. Like, there's never, May's hit and miss because of the weather. And unfortunately, we have gotten so much rain, it's not even funny. That's why everything's been canceled lately. But I'm going to get this video ended because this video is extremely long. And it was longer than what I was really, really wanting. But I had some pretty decent footage that I at least wanted to include. But, so I'm going to end it on that note. Thanks for everybody for watching, hanging out, subscribing. I think I'm 1 subscriber away from 1,200. So that's sweet. I'm excited that, obviously everything continues to grow, slowly but surely. I'm obviously not out there beating my chest and begging people to share my channel and share my content, especially people that have got a ton of subscribers. But, I'm trying. That's all I can say. But everybody have a good week, have a good day, and we'll talk to you in the next one.